Hi there, welcome to Garden Friends. I'm Andrea here in Tampa, Florida. It's the beginning of September, and I'm here with my Florida cranberry. It is also called roselle. It's not a real cranberry, but it's what we get in Florida. Really easy to grow here, and I've been really excited because it's the first time that I've ever grown it. My whole purpose for planting them was so that at Thanksgiving I can make cranberry sauce with my Florida cranberries. So here it is. I made a couple of newbie mistakes. First of all, I planted it in front of a bunch of other plants. I totally underestimated the size that they would get. It's crowded out a whole bunch of stuff. On the good side, we had so much intense sun and heat this summer that it protected a lot of my smaller plants. And you can't see them because they're hidden down there behind these leaves, but they're blooming and they're green. They're happy because they haven't been beat by that awful sun that we had this summer. And in the winter, these will be gone and my plants will have sun. And next year, I will not be planting them here. They're going to find a new home. The second mistake that I made was I totally underestimated the effects that some tropical storm winds would have on these plants when they're so big. The branches are pretty thick and they're growing right out of the bottom, right out of the bottom, the base of that trunk. And they whipped around. We had Hurricane Idalia came pretty close to us. It didn't make land here, thankfully. But we had some tropical storm winds all night long, and these things whipped around. And some of them broke. And a couple of them split pretty close to the ground. I was kind of sad, but it could have been a lot worse, so I'll take what I can get. This has been really easy to care for. I just give it some standard fertilizer about once a month. I give it a little bit of fish emulsion, and it's beautiful. I haven't had any problem with bugs on this plant, not my aphids. My mealybugs have left it alone, so I'm really happy with it. The only thing I did underestimate, like I said, was the winds. My neighbor actually saves his shoelaces, and he says that he ties things like his roselle up. He just wraps it up really good with his shoelaces, and he didn't have any kind of damage when the winds came through. I did not do that. Again, newbie mistake. And I did have some damage. And I will show you what I woke up to after the storm went through.
And here is a close-up of the damage that the tropical storm winds did to my roselle. Next time we've got a big storm coming through, I will think about how to properly secure these bushes because they've been growing for so long, and it's really a shame that we got that kind of damage. I had one of my bigger bushes that was leaning almost to the ground the day after the storm, so I propped him up with a cinder block. And that may actually be an option for next time we've got a big tropical storm coming through. I might have to brace these up with something because the stalks are very long and spindly, and they blew around. It was really something to see, and I'm surprised that more of them didn't break.
So, if you are here in Florida, I would love for you to consider planting some Florida cranberries in your yard. I hear from the internet that at one time we had more of these things growing in the state of Florida than we did orange trees. And well, I can see why, because they do grow very easily here. They're huge, they're healthy, and except for some 50-mile-an-hour winds, they have been really easy to grow. So thank you for watching me. If you like my cranberries, like my videos, subscribe. It's always nice to get new friends. And you get out there and garden.